So, the A380neo, the speculated new engine option of the Airbus A380 that's never really gotten all that much firm traction. It's emerged in headlines multiple times across the past decade, and on each occasion is typically shut down by the European plane maker. These thoughts reiterated no more than since production ceased on the 380 back in 2021, and when the quad-engined era at Airbus, at least for commercial operations, came to a close. With that being said, there's always been one true advocate for the A380neo, Emirates, an airline that is the largest operator of the existing A380-800, with orders and operations tallying over 100 at their peak. Their comments have always been intriguing to follow, and on the dawn of the 2023 Paris Air Show, as broken by Flight Global, Tim Clark once again ushered his desire for an aircraft like the A380neo. The company believes a re-engine option would be fantastic for their operations, and ultimately, with the change in engines, improvements in fuel burn would be near 25%. Therefore, spread across their network, they would see noticeable differences from their existing A380-800s. The aircraft is the backbone already of the Emirates operations, and the airline recently announced that it plans to begin phasing out the series from 2032. At the same time, the airline has orders for incoming wide-bodies, but these are quad-engine planes, like your 777X and A350, among others. These can only partially replace the capabilities of the A380. At the end of the day, the 350, while a high-capacity aircraft, is not a double-decker plane. And for an airline like Emirates that utilizes the A380 in slot-restricted airports, where it can, say, cram hundreds of passengers into a single plane, it does benefit them. They're one of the few airlines with a business model that can actually make the aircraft work. Pair that with a base that is geographically positioned to their advantage and the A380's advantage, they're a shining light in a program that probably hasn't enjoyed as much time in the sun as Airbus may have initially wanted when they were first producing the plane. For Emirates though, despite all these pleas, and I've got to reiterate that this is not the first time, while covering this now in 2023, talk of an A380neo, especially from Tim Clark, has been a reoccurring theme as he, again, makes these pleas. Airbus, though, simply just won't move ahead. The answer always remains the same. Away from Emirates, you do have to question who would order the aircraft, with engines always being a factor. While Emirates believes they have a solution, engine manufacturers are really focusing on other endeavours for their own future. Tim Clark, however, won't back down, and you have to admire his determination for such a plane. Even if Airbus just won't do such a thing, his perseverance may one day pay off. It's over to you. Do you believe Tim Clark makes a point that such a plane like an A380neo could actually work for Emirates and maybe even be an attractive option for other high-capacity airline routes? Or is this just the Dubai-based carrier holding on to a dream that no longer exists and are maybe struggling to find that perfect replacement? Let me know in the comments and stay tuned. The Paris Air Show is right around the corner, and if you've been a frequent viewer on the channel for now, well, almost 8 years, you'll know that this is going to be the busiest week in terms of content, so make sure you're staying tuned, and hopefully it is a fantastic one for our industry. To those of you that are actually headed to the Paris Air Show, take lots of pictures and make many memories. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.